But, at some point, I think Paul jumped in as, emceeing the dance.
Yeah.
While we were upset. I don't know what happened, really. I was standing outside, and all of a sudden I hear Paul on a microphone just announcing stuff, and I'm just like, what's going on in there?
Yeah.
Apparently there were some little hiccups with the music. Apparently the majority of the people there were not the J-pop crowd. Which makes absolutely
and yet they came to the J-pop dance.
I know.
Which makes absolutely...
Someone was asking for Party Rock Anthem?
Yeah. We had a bunch... I don't understand this. It's billed in the schedule as J-pop dance. It's scheduled under the anime section of things.
Yeah.
And yet the majority of people there weren't anime fans.
Yeah.
They just saw it as
they were
dance.
just... They were
well,
ravers.
it was... I think all they saw was,
Dance.
And then...
And that's it. Let's go. Yeah.
It might have been listed improperly in the schedule. Somewhere.
It might. Well, no.
No,
I saw it in the schedule. It was
yeah.
literally listed.
Because
J-pop dance.
Yeah.
Anime party.
Eventually, we broke down, played whatever the hell they wanted to play, and then right after that, they'll leave.
Yeah.
Half the population of that room just disappears.
Well, by the end of it, we had the people who were actually supposed to be there, and it was like, that's fine. And all the people all the J-pop anime people were walking out of that room going, good job. I understand this is your first time doing this. Good job. You have great taste in music. And that kind of downed my stress levels quite a bit.
Yeah.
It was the thank you.
Yeah. And by this time, the room was
it was half empty.
It was more than half empty. Yeah. It was pretty empty. And I'm looking at the security guard. He's still throwing a hissy fit off in a corner. And I'm like, you know what? It's 10:30.
It's 10:30.
It's 10:30. We agreed to end it at 11.
Yeah.
Let's just call it. Let's play two more songs and end it.
So we called two more songs, and Mike, of course, pulls that first Naruto Shippuden opening.
That was me. I know, because I tell Mike, ended on, this is the last song. Don't queue up any more songs. And then some girl walks up to the table and is like, I have a request. And I'm like, we're not really taking any more songs. This is the last song. But can you please play something from Naruto? I'm like,
Heroes Come Back Now.
Wait a second.
No, that was
Wait a second.
That was the matter.
I can do that.
Even before the dance, I had been telling.
In the car ride over, remember?
I said to Mike, who was DJing the event before we even started this, that that song, Heroes Come Back, the first Naruto Shippuden opening, was a must play at every J-pop dance. Yeah. Every time I have ever been to one, that has been the most popular song playing.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, that is a must. You have to have it on your playlist. And sure enough, he listened to me, and there it was.
No, he didn't have it on his playlist. What? I asked him, I'm like, Mike, you have the song? He's like, no, I don't have it. I'm like, fine. I get on my phone, and we had this quick switch going on. He had to unplug it from his laptop. I had to plug it into my phone. So he plugged it from his laptop. Everyone looks at me. He's like, what is that in? I'm like, nope. Bink. Play. And the music starts playing, and everyone just goes, yeah.
Yeah, they had to wait till the end of the night for it, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, but
that was a pretty strong.
So I think we ended it off pretty well there.
Yeah.
And then there was Saturday.
Saturday, in comparison, was pretty.
All right.
Before we get to Saturday,
what Ichida was doing on
I got my Friday story.
Yeah, Ichi's Friday. He didn't come with us to the dance. He had somewhere else to be, and I'm pretty sure he already posted the video of it.
Yeah, the
video.
That should. If you're by the time you watch this, probably that video has gone up 3 months ago. So
yeah. So you might as well.
You've probably already seen it.
Well, it's not just the concert that's part of my story.
Yeah.
So, so what I was there for was the Brunelfoss concert, which the video is already up. What really irritated me about the actual concert is, it lasted about 5 hours, and Brunelfoss's show was only half an hour. The rest of it were opening bands.
Oh.
But the one emceeing it, I cannot remember his last name. It was Sean from Reviews on the Run. And he's in another couple shows too. Apologies, I cannot remember what else. But there was a band called Cobra that he was there drumming for, and they did a lot of G.I. Joe jokes. And there was this
I think
anime rapper called the Word Burglar who was pretty entertaining.
The Word Burglar.
Yeah, I got one of his demo discs. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, but something interesting happened while I was at the concert. I get a text from Michael Dodd, Birdman from Screw Attack.
Yeah.
He hooked me up with Kyle Hebert as a voiceover coach.
Nice. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's the narrator from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, I've already done the lesson with him.
You put up the video of the Dragon Ball Z panel, right?
Yes, the Super panel video.
So watch that. That's pretty cool stuff too.
Yeah, we already put up that. I was standing there with a camera because I brought a couple of the guests with me. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but Lane and I were there for that show, and then the most interesting part of the night was coming out of the show. So
you're an idiot, you know that?
Yeah. So as usual, I'm in a rush to get there because I'm late. So when I parked, I didn't realize that I had parked where the TTC buses are supposed to be parking for pickup passengers.
Wow.
So I come out and my car's gone.
Were you like, dude, where's my car?
Yes.
I swear to God, did you actually do that? Like,
yes. I actually said, dude, where's my car?
Good.
So I walk up and down a block or two in either direction thinking maybe I parked further than I thought. Then I'm like, no.
I swear to whenever I'm in a situation like that, the first thing I always think in my head, Control F. I'm like, one down. I swear to God. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, where's my phone? Control. Wait, I can't do Control F. Or like, where are my car keys? Control. Oh shit.
That's awesome.
If only it worked in real life.
I swear to God, Google, get on that. I swear to God, you'll make even more money than you already do.
You already make more money than God.
God is not interested in money. But anyways, so I walk another block to a parking area, and I ask, because at this point, my phone is dead, so I can't call anybody. So I walk up to a parking area, and I'm like, do you know, is there a payphone? Is there someone I can call to see if my car's been towed? They point me to a police officer who's parked another block over. So I poke my head in his window. Yeah, hi, can you look up where my car is?
You stick your head in the window?
Not literally, but...
I'd imagine... If you walk up to a cop and he's like busy and you just stick your head in his window, that's a good way to get shot.
That's a good way to get tasered.
No, I didn't actually stick my head in his window. I just meant I like his passenger window was open. I just came and just like knocked on it. I'm like, okay. Can I ask you something real quick? So he looks up my car. Yeah, you got towed. Thought so. You wouldn't know where it is, would you? Types in a couple more numbers. Yeah, it's your car got towed to Scarborough. Excuse me?
You would have thought there'd be a closer impound lot.
And there's a reason why. And I'm like, this is at Queen and Spadina, so I am downtown. So I end up having to take a $40 cab up to the address he gives me. So let's keep track of how much I've spent at this point. $40 cab. I get there. My car is sitting there. I see it. The fine, $200.
Wow.
And when I get to the car, there's a $60 ticket. So, yeah, $300.
Yes.
That's...
On top of the gas it took me to,
to get home.
Drive from Scarborough all the way here. And this was at 3 in the morning!
And you had to be back at the con again.
And I had to be back at the con at 9
o'clock?
I got 3 hours of sleep! That was not fun.
I would wish that on no one.
That was actually me Saturday.
But you did that to yourself.
Yeah, I know.
What happened?
How little sleep he got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
This one wasn't wholly my fault, but the reason they told me to Scarborough is because their downtown office was closed for some reason, and I'm like, well, glad to know that cost me some more money because you're reorganizing your fucking business.
Yeah. But yeah.
And then and then Friday after we all left, we're like, for some reason we were all like wide awake and hungry like monsters, and nowhere had their kitchen open. We went to like 3 different places that didn't have the kitchen. We finally found one. We just ate.
Yeah.
We ate.
It always surprises me how little sleep and food I require to function on convention weekends.
Yeah.
I had over the course of the weekend like maybe half a pizza total and a couple bottles of water.
Yeah, wow.
We had food Friday night.
Yeah.
We totally had food
Friday
night.
I had almost nothing.
We found the one place in downtown Toronto that had an open kitchen at 1
I like one of those like
nice.
Yeah.
So where did you end up going?
Casey's.
Yeah, there's Casey's.
I
think they were literally on the verge of closing.
Pretty good.
No, their kitchen was going to close in like 15 minutes, and we just got there.
Nice.
So they like rushed our food out. We got our food fast.
We got there, and the guy was like, "So, do you mind if we bring out your appetizers at the same time as your meal?"
No, we don't mind.
No.
We're hungry.
Yeah.
We're hungry.
Man, guys, this is only the end of Friday. We're only halfway done.
I know. What the heck? There's so much stuff that
I know, and
happens.
Saturday's the longest day.
Yeah, I know.
God.
Saturday, oh man, did stuff happen Saturday?
Saturday, wow. Well, with Saturday, we had a bit more free time, so we tried to like.
You had a bit more free
Well,
time.
you had more free time.
Well, that's what I meant.
Screwed.
We scheduled it like that so we could go around the dealer's room and shoot videos and stuff like that. So to get like coverage of the event, because Friday and then Thursday we did none of that.
Oh yeah.
We had no time for it.
We didn't have the manpower Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, we gotta make sure.
Saturday, everybody was there.
Note to self, referring to the other note to self. Manpower.
Indeed. Oh man, but yeah. Saturday was just nuts. One thing after another, really.
Yeah. Well, okay, by this time on Saturday, I stopped phoning the guest hotels because on Friday, I kind of got stood up by Caitlin Glass. I phoned her. I'm like, oh, no one's answering. I better walk to her hotel room anyways, just in case. I get there. No one's answering. I call and I call you. Yeah, she's here at her table. I don't have to walk all the way back.
Yeah.
So on Saturday, I'm like, you know what? They've gotten themselves here before. Most of them know where this place is. I'm just gonna head to the table.
No,
okay, they're there.
In my case, it was like meet Brad Swale. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Go to Vic's hotel, find him in the lobby, walk back with him. It's like Caitlin Glass. I actually picked her up in a cab on Saturday. Because she had her mother with her, and her mother didn't want to make the walk again. And that
with me, it's because they left early.
Yeah.
So when I called was literally half an hour after they left because they wanted to walk, and then apparently that didn't go over so well, so they wanted the cab the next day.
I'm just glad I didn't have to actually pick anybody up.
I did that on the first day with Mike McFarland. And there was so much traffic. It was like a $40. Literally, it was like 2 blocks.
Like we could have walked faster
Yeah.
than this.
So we just walked back from the hotel. Anyways, on Saturday, what did we do early morning? Early morning was mostly
it was a lot of guests.
It was mostly just guests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We finished our game shows the day before.
I'm pretty sure the Dragon Ball Z panel was on the Saturday.
Yeah,
that was the first thing.
Because I brought people around. I had Mike for a bit of the time on the Saturday as well. I believe.
Yeah, it was funny. I actually picked up Colleen and Mike from the guest room and delivered them right to the panel.
Yeah, because I was looking for her.
I know. I brought you Klinkenbeard, and as a bonus, Mike McFarland.
And it was
signed for the delivery.
Like I was looking for you.
But
we're all here. Whatever.
But yeah, that panel was the first thing I had to do that day, and thank God it was at 1:00.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because my morning was spent sleeping and driving and running.
And I think around this time, me and Kevin were down in the dealer's room. We were looking around. We played the demo for the new Halo, the Anniversary Edition. We played the demo for
Gears,
which is out by now, so that's not important.
Whatever.
But we have a story, or me and Kevin have a story about the Halo thing, but he's not here, so I gotta try and tell it. We were lining up for the thing, right? So we're standing there. You know, like, I know this is pretty cool. It's Halo. It's using the Reach engine. And there's all the cool maps from the original Halo. And then we get to the front, and it's like they're giving out cards to the people who won their because it's 4 versus 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, even though I sucked horribly in my game, my team won, so I got a free energy source for my avatar.
Yeah. So we have to cool. We have to win those. So we get in, and we just get murked because like. The controls were so sensitive. It's like we set everything because it was the Reach engine, so we're just set everything to our Reach controls. We get in, like the controls were so sensitive, so we just get murked. So me and Kevin were just looking at us like, no, we can't. We have to go back. We have to win. So we line up again, and then we get to the front of the line again, and then the 2 guys behind us, they were like, Yo, are you guys going together? And it's like, yeah, so we can be on the 4-man team. Yo, we have to do this. Like, we have to win. We just got owned. It's like, yeah, same with us. So we get in, and we're just talking, like, smack talk and, like, everything. You know, just being, like, pure ballers. We're like, we have to see who our opponents are. We turn around, it's a bunch of, like, 8-year-old kids or something. Like, 12-year-old kids. And we're like, dude, we got this. So we go, we're playing, we're like owning them. At the end, we're like high-fiving. He's like, yeah, we're like jumping up and down.
We feed a bunch of children.
We get out, we all look at each other, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna go home, we're gonna sign on to like Reach. Those same kids are gonna own us. Yeah. They're gonna rape us.
Yup. Oh man.
But yeah.
But yeah, Saturday was also the Vic Mignogna concert.
Yeah.
That went well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I had to deal with Vic. Well, I had to like do his autographs and stuff like that. So he made me take pictures.
I was elsewhere with Mike McFarland at the time, but just as I finished up with Mike McFarland, I got a phone call from the floor manager where the concert was.
Yeah.
Asking me, "Your guys are in charge of Vic Mignogna, aren't they?" And the first thought in my mind was, "Oh crap, they've lost Vic again."
No, I made sure. I made sure to stick with Vic.
Yeah,
I made sure.
But I'm just like, "Oh crap, they lost Vic again." I should have like at least one guy there with him, and she's like, "Oh no, he's here," and so 2 of your guys. I'm like, "Oh, thank God." And so I'm like, "So what's going on? You need to come up here and see this." So I'm just like, "Crap." I'll be up there in a second. I walk up to the room. I walk in. I only see 5 people. I see Vic, his fiance, Fleets, Itchy, and the floor manager.
Dude, that was like a nightmare and a half.
And the worst part about that, none of those people involved were the sound crew.
There was no sound crew. Okay, let me tell you this, because I was like involved with it. So I'm escorting Vic from his autograph panel. You know, which went
right up until the beginning of the concert.
Yeah, he actually left a bit early so he could do some prep and stuff. We drop his stuff off in a safe place. We walk all the way up, walk into the room. The first thing he notices is like, no, this is not right. I'm like, what's wrong? They didn't do any setup. You know, the lights aren't here. There's no extra long microphone cords. Like, none of the equipment I asked for is here. And I'm like, oh crap. So what are we gonna do? So like, okay, we have to like, even there weren't even enough chairs. I'm pretty sure most of the chairs were stacked up against the wall. So we're like, okay, we gotta do this. He's like, I need a laptop to play my music off of.
Done.
I need this. I'm like, okay, laptop, I got that. I run all the way up to my truck. I get my laptop out of my truck, run back down. I'm like, here, got the laptop. We can play the music. I'm like, okay, good. Now we need somewhere to plug it into the board. I'm like, okay, we got that too. I call Mike. I get him to run our audio equipment over.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I got everything plugged in. And then
you guys were setting up the lights.
So then me and Vic were going over the music he wants to play. And it's like, something doesn't sound right. He goes, yeah, the audio levels aren't set properly. I'm like, well, I'm playing off a Windows Movie player, and like, or Windows Media Player, and like, I don't know how to use the equalizer on it, and I don't have any like audio software on there.
Yeah.
So like, he's like, okay, fine, we'll just play it off my iPhone. So he gets it to the iPhone. He's like, yeah, okay, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
So like, now we get that set up. I'm sitting at the board. I'm setting all the audio things. I got the iPhone ready.
And at this point, I walk into the room and I'm looking around, and the only person working on sound stuff I see is Fleets off in a corner.
I'm sitting there, and like the room is like hot. I was wearing the jersey. I'm like soaking, so I take off the jersey.
Meanwhile, freaking Vic's fiance and I are setting up all the chairs.
Yeah. And then Vic's like, okay, this is what's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna try and give you audio cues. You know, this means something. This means something. And he gives me a whole bunch of cues. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna screw something up. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna remember all these cues. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go hide over here, and then you do this, and this, start up the music, and then I'll come out and I'll be like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So we start letting people in.
There were some complications with the tickets, but we got that sorted.
Yeah,
that got sorted out real quick. That wasn't too much of an issue. That was the least of our problems.
Yeah. So then so everyone sits down. We get everything started. We have a nice start. Everything's going pretty good. And then he starts giving me the signals. I'm like, it was near the end actually. He starts giving me signals. It's like, do this, do this, do this. I'm like, oh crap, what does he want? And I accidentally played the wrong music track.
Yeah, that happened twice or 3 times.
No, so he says, no, what are you doing? But he managed to work it into his account, his act.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, sorry, I switch it back. And then the next time he does another hand sign. I'm like, what does that one mean? Yeah. Wrong. I'm not a sound guy.
Yeah.
I'm not trained for this.
It was very last minute.
Yeah.
But in the end, it all worked out.
Well, yeah,
he was happy with it.
Yeah, he was actually really happy with it.
Like the next day, he actually had some really nice things to say about you.
Yeah, he had nice things to say about you, but I heard some complaints that he made.
Yeah?
He was complaining that the room was too small,
well,
even though not all the chairs were filled.
He was actually making those before because he went to scout the room the day before, and he was like yelling at people.
And then things happened, and we looked at it. It's like, wow, that none of that was a problem.
Yeah, because we actually had futures left. Like, we actually had like a quarter of the back.
Oh, okay.
I would say two-thirds of the room was full.
Yeah. There's still a third of the room that was empty in the back.
So it
wasn't too much of an issue. But my other story for that is as we're getting everything set up and we're getting ready to start, I'm like, okay, I gotta find Brad Swale and get him to his stuff now. So I'm calling the hotel he's staying at, and I'm just like, oh, he's not answering. Well, that's probably not an issue, but I go up to Itchy and I'm like, yeah, I can't get a hold of Brad Swale. And then she's like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I turn around.
He's right here.
He's standing there, it's like,
yeah.
What, you looking for me?
No, I turn around. The back of the room, Brad Swale is standing there getting ready to watch the concert.
Yup.
And I'm sitting there like, okay.
Pardon me for a second.
Like, excuse me. Walk over to him. I was just about to call you. And he's just like, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, something else I forgot to mention about Vic's autographs. He had his own freaking banner.
Yeah. I know. I get there, and like, I gotta set up. What do you need me to do? And like, okay, set this thing up. He brings up this briefcase, and like, there's like one of those like sling bags with like we usually put like rolls of like Bristol board in there. He pulls out like this giant contraption. I'm like, what the hell's this? There's nowhere else to set that up. So he walks over, sets up all these poles, he goes, and there's this whole sign. It's just him, like looking like that or something.
Yeah, it's a banner of him and all his characters.
And I'm like, wow, this guy is serious.
Yeah,
this guy is serious.
Let me just say that concert has truly made me realize how much Vic is when it comes to being, in every sense of the term, a male American version of Japanese idols.
You know what I've been telling you guys for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never seen him in concert until that weekend.
I've seen him in concert before at Anime North when he did it with Hiyama, actually. Yeah. And I was just like, and I was saying it to you guys for like months afterwards, and you were just like, yeah, whatever.
But no, this is for real. He gets up close to these girls in the front, in the premium seats of his concert. Touches them, caresses them, sings to them, has them sing with him, and then he got like 3 people up with him to sing Soldier A, which was hilarious.
Yeah. So the one thing I gotta say about it though is I saw him in concert at Anime North when they had that group 4-person concert.
Yeah, the Catcher Koi.
Most people left in the middle of because somebody was performing a certain something that the majority of the audience didn't like. That's not a story for today, but most of the audience had left already by that point. But Vic got up on stage, and I couldn't help but notice during the concert he was doing at Fan Expo, he had the exact same set planned. Like, when I was looking at the DVD he had, I was like, he is planning to do the exact same concert he did it. Well, the exact same concert with the exception of he added the Dragon Ball Kai opening to it.
Oh, yeah.
But aside from that being added to it, it was the exact same order of songs in the
Full Metal Fantasy was shown too?
Yeah.
No.
He just stopped the concert. It's like, this is something I did way back when. It's
that's
because he said Fan Expo was the first time he was allowed to do that.
He says that all the time.
Oh, really?
But
the guy's tricky.
You didn't hear that from me. But anyways, so it's not the first time, and he did it in Toronto too. So it was like, I don't know who he's trying to kid on that, but same city. I guess he was expecting a different set of people.
Maybe.
But yeah. Anyways.
There's so many people who walk up to him and know him, just talk to him by his first name, and he knows some of them too, all of them.
Well, you gotta imagine these fangirls following around.
But they're not even girls. Some of them are guys.
Well,
yeah.
Well, and I'm just some of you are pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
But that happened with more than just.
Well, yeah. All of them, all the guests. And I was like, Jesus, get a life.
Yeah. But I think one of one of the biggest issues we had on Saturday was actually the anime karaoke thing later on.
Okay, I didn't go to that.
Yeah, I know, you son of a...
No,
Yeah.
okay.
That was a good
I
time.
swear to God, I had a better time than you guys.
Probably.
Me, Paul, Mike, a couple of Paul's friends, we all go to a bar. Like, there was an Irish pub.
Yeah.
They're doing $5 pints. So we're like, why not? So we get in there, and we start drinking. You know, we spend like literally 3 hours talking about 90s cartoon shows. We were so loud about talking about it, and like we were mentioning names and talking about all these shows, that everyone else around us, they were like, yeah, you know, they're some people were in on it, and they were just looking at us like, what the hell are those guys doing? Like, they must be drunk.
Yeah. No.
Were you?
Didn't,
Thought so.
like, because I heard this from, I don't know, I think it was Paul told me that Brad Swale and Mike McFarlane were actually there for that. No. It's like they just kind of popped into the bar randomly, like, oh, hey.
No, we were...
And then they came to karaoke.
And then they came to karaoke.
We finished dinner, we get outside, Mike and Paul go to smoke, so we're just looking around. Hey, it's Brad Swale, Clinkin Beard, Mike McFarlane, Chris Sabat. We're looking at them, they look at us, and it's like, sup. It's like, yo, how you guys doing? It's like, yo, we're just having some fun. What about you? Same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's like, yeah. So then I think it was at that time McFarland and Swale went over to the karaoke.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
Well, the thing is, number one, at the time it was supposed to start, I was the only one there.
Yeah, I ended up being late.
You were late, and you were the only person really to show up for my group. Paul showed up with like half hours.
Paul and Lane showed up like hours
from
later.
where you once they were done with you guys, they popped over to us. So they had like an hour or so before it ended.
Lane was like happy drunk.
Yeah, Lane was drunk. But no, anyways, so I get there, and my first thing is I go up to the front and I'm asking, you know, I'm from Fan Expo. I believe we've called before, and the administration guy should have talked to you, and all that stuff. And so I was wondering how we could get this set up, and like, can I plug my laptop in so we can get playing some of our stuff? The immediate response back was, "What do you want to drink?" The minute I heard that, I was like, "Oh."
So you're one of those.
I'm just like, oh no.